Harlequins vs Toulouse. 5 takeaways as European royalty sparkles at the Stoop. The top line. A brilliant display of attacking ambition fused with physicality and power in breakdown and defense saw visitors Toulouse smash Harlequins at the Stoop to take them to the top of their pool after round 2 of the 2023-24 Champions Cup. 7 tries from Pierre-Louis Barassi, 8 feet, 50 feet, Dimitri Delibes, 12 feet, Pito Mavaca, 35 feet, Mathis Label, 42 feet, Rodrigue Neti, 74 feet, and Thomas Ramos, 76 feet, were answered only by 3 from the hosts, who saw André Esterhausen, 10 feet, and Ern Herbst, 39 feet, 46 feet, cross the whitewash. French fullback Thomas Ramos was immaculate in his less favoured position of fly-half, where he racked up 17 points, with a try and 6 successful conversions. The game started with a rousing round of applause for TalkSport rugby commentator Russ Hargreaves, a self-confessed Harlequin supporter, who sadly passed away a week ago. Russ wouldn't have enjoyed today's result, but it's absolutely assured he'd have approved wholeheartedly of the performance of Toulouse and the spectacle both teams produced. Defense key. When two sides are so loaded with attacking threat and skilled ambition, results tend to be defined by the relative quality of set-piece and defense, and that was most certainly the case at the Stoop as the Toulouse D triumphed over that of Quins. At the heart of it, we saw a predictably abrasive and accurate performance from the ruck monster himself, Francois Cross, who had a great duel around the breakdown with Harlequins' Will Evans, a man that didn't take a step back in defeat, whilst player of the match Emmanuel Mifu stood huge alongside his back row colleagues in getting the Bosch into the breakdown. Cross and his colleagues were joined in their defensive shift with the excellence of both Toulouse centres, Pita Aki and Pierre-Louis Barassi, who closed down so much of the Harlequins' trickery at source. However, some Quins fans were mightily unimpressed that Aki was allowed back onto the pitch after a horrendous head clash with Dino Lamb that saw the big Quins lock stretchered off after a worrying 10 minutes unconscious on the pitch. Mavaca shines. The loss of a world-class hooker such as Julien Marchand would have an impact on any team, whether it be France or Toulouse. That is, unless you have a player of the caliber of Pito Mavaca hiding up your sleeve. Mavaca is hardly an unknown quantity, having shown for France in the 2022 Six Nations, but since Marchand's thigh injury at the Rugby World Cup, the Toulouse hooker has taken his game to absolutely new heights, demonstrating mobility and handling skills better suited to a test centre than a front-row plotter. He struck yet again in this match, in the 35th minute, flying straight through the middle of Quins' defence after some brilliant build-up work from Ramos and Dupont stretched the home team's defence, leaving a gaping hole for the test hooker to power his way through. But it was his assist of the Matthias Label try early in the second half that will live long in the memory of all who saw it. A Toulouse line out 25 metres out saw Mavaca throw in, then loop around into half-back. Label came in straight from his wing on an oblique angle and received the most wonderful pop pass from the hooker to pile over for Toulouse's fourth try, a move straight off the training ground but executed brilliantly at pace and under pressure. Ramos vs Smith. A game within a game between two absolute artists of rugby with versatility at their core was probably shaded by the free-running Frenchman as Ramos cut and carved his way into the Quins' defence on a number of occasions, notably directly after the Toulouse 10 had been cleaned up in midfield by Esterhausen. Andre the Giant simply powered his way down Route 1 into fly-half and out the other side to score Harlequins' opener, a clear case of "Vamos, Ramos" as the big Quin flew in under the posts. However, Ramos' answer was to rip Quins apart in their midfield, beating Evans and Esterhausen before slick hands from Aki and Cross saw Delibers scoot over in the corner for a memorable try. Smith had his moments with ball in hand, pulling Toulouse apart on a number of occasions, notably in the last minute of the first half when Herbst crashed over for his first of the evening after some lovely touches in midfield. But at times again he displayed a little inaccuracy in his kick strategy, firstly hooking an easy penalty to touch in the opening exchanges, but thereafter struggling to really challenge the Toulouse defence at the back with exits and box kicks. It was a lovely match within a match to watch these two modern exponents of running rugby, but in the final analysis, it was Ramos who shaded this personal battle,